Canva. What I do is I use Loom. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to be giving you a lot of resources today. You're going to want to write these down because then you can use these for your team. I use Loom, Useloom, and what I do is I just click a button in my browser and I record whatever I'm doing, and then it's a link and I give it to the team or I add it into my agency folder. I'm super organized where I have my social media audits, my client content folders, all of that, and I'm going to teach you how to be organized as well. So, wrong way. All right, I'm on 32 social media networks, and that's pretty intense because I have to hire people that speak that language to help me communicate with those systems. So, for example, in China, there's WeChat. Facebook is completely banned. So if I want to hit a market in China or Russia, or if I want to become an international global person, I have to be able to understand how those networks are communicating. So, for example, in China, they have Linx, I think it's pronounced. You go shopping and you type an emoji. You just put an emoji in, and it means an emotion of how you want to shop today. It's very confusing, but it's something that I need to understand because social media is the way that all of us communicate, how we communicate with our friends, with our family, how we make business, and how we travel. So it's one of those things where I find pleasure in being able to be like the first one to the trend. Okay, so let's talk about how you define social media success. So social media success would be like your social media goals or your business goals. Maybe an example would be today or this month I want to have 2,000 more followers on social media. That is a goal for me. And then of those social media followers, I want $1,000 worth of sales. That's a business goal. So when you're thinking of your social media goals, think of something that you can realistically gain and you can get and you can work towards. But then also as a business, are you going to be making money? Is there any value in what you're doing? And is it profitable? Okay, and then focus on networking. So I like to joke that I'm very public with everything, and I'm starting to realize that you need to create lists on Facebook, thanks to one of my good friends, so that you can segment what you write, because if it's too much, it can be overwhelming, and then people will unfollow you. And then what you're going to be losing that audience. But if you create lists, like a Facebook list would be your family. Maybe you have an important significance happening. You just moved across the country, you got a new job, or whatever you're posting. You only want your family to see it. Or your work colleagues. Maybe you're working for more than one person, and you're a contractor, and you don't want everyone to see it. So you have to think about when you're networking, who do you want to see your brand? Okay, and then define how to measure success. Does anyone use Google Analytics? Super. Yeah? All of you that don't, write this down. Okay, am I not talking loud enough? Here. All right, is this better? Okay. Hey. Well, see, from Detroit, you go like this. All right. I'll keep it down. Yeah, you got me? All right, it's better. All right. Define how to measure success. All right, so Google Analytics. If you have analytics installed, you can look at social referral data. You can see what content came from where. Did it come from an email blast? Was it direct? Was it from Pinterest? And then you can set up goal conversions. This is just an overview. We're going to go really into this. Then you can set up goal conversions, see how much money you made from that social network. So then you can say, okay, what content was I posting this last 30 days or this last week? And did it convert? What converted? Analytics shows you all of that. And the best thing, it's free. And also think about when you're running advertisements to install a Facebook pixel, which I like to say business.facebook.com is better than Facebook Likes Manager because you get the Power Editor tool. You can also see like more things on your custom audience. So think of those two things when you're measuring success. A Facebook pixel, if you're running ads on Instagram and Facebook, and then Google Analytics. And also, this whole presentation, they have the links in it, and I'm going to share it so that you can just take the links later if you don't have opportunity to write them down. Okay, and then also success. Be creative and unique. We say that there's so many people that are copycatting. Like there's a new I don't want to say this and make anyone feel offended, but there's a new cafe popping up on Batu Belong all the time, and they're just copycatting each other with the Instagram and making everything look pretty. Be unique, be creative, be the trendsetter of your industry, because then people will look at you as the leader and the hero, and then you'll be able to write your case studies around it. You'll be able to be the influencer in your network. So think about being unique and creative, but also like watching your competitors to see what they're doing, but do it differently. And then most importantly, turn followers into dollars. You want to make money with all this effort that you're putting into social media. Okay. All right, so what is social strategy? And this is going to be broken down into each slide. So a social strategy would be like setting up your content calendar. Okay, so setting up what your whole month looks like. So Monday, motivation. Tuesday, tip. Wednesday, wisdom. Throwback Thursday. Those are like things that you can include in your editorial calendar so that when users are searching content, they see yours. And if you post more frequently, you have to think about this in your strategy, what posting times, what time your audience is sitting on social networks. Then you'll know, okay, maybe Twitter, which I personally don't like Twitter. I actually don't accept it in my agency. I just don't think it's working for what I do. But some people, they can find value in it. Twitter, you're going to want to post 5-6 times a day so that people see your tweets, because 80 million of the users are bots. So every time you get a retweet or a comment or a like, the first 10 minutes, okay, those are bots. But if people are searching it after, and sometimes I'll get people hitting me up on my Twitter because I still have it on there, but I'm not posting. They'll comment on something that I posted 2 months ago because they're searching it, and it had the highest engagement at the time. Okay, so then we talked about the content marketing strategy. So Monday motivation. Who can think of another trendy hashtag? What do you got? Fierce Friday. Anybody? Okay. How about Bali Babe? That's a trending trash hashtag. We're trash tag. Okay. All right, now we're awake. All right, we're gonna move on. Okay, influencer outreach. I need some move and shake because I don't want everyone to feel like they're in a class right now. What's an influencer? Who's got me? Do we have a second mic? Tristan, what's an influencer? Shout it. Mike's here. Here. I'll give it to you. Okay. We need to get some interaction. We're on a beautiful beach. You got beautiful people. Tristan, what is an influencer? Okay. Has a lot of followers. Oh, did you get it? Check. You gotta hold it like you're from Detroit.
Should I repeat again?
Yes, please.
Account with hot pictures was the sense. And some followers, of course.
Okay, so basically what an influencer can do for you is if they have a lot of followers and they're beautiful online, I mean, they get paid or they get free stuff to promote your brand. It happens to me a lot. Brands will reach out to me, but I'm very ethically and morally driven where I have to really like your brand and love your brand to post it to my network. So you're sharing your content on the influencer to reach their audience. Maybe you are a yoga instructor or you sell yoga accessories and you want to get your product out there to someone who has a lot of followers. They have 100 or 200,000 followers. Think of that in your head. You send them a direct message and say, hey, I'm going to give you $300 worth of product. Would you be willing to post on your social media handles 1 or 2 pictures, tag me in it, write something about it, and then share the links with me? That's influencer outreach. So you're basically tapping into their network without having to pay for it. You give them free stuff. So when I'm invited as an influencer, I have my flight paid, my hotel paid, I have everything paid, and then I just arrive and just talk. So it's like free advertising for me, and in exchange, they don't pay me, but it puts me in front of all of people like you, and it helps with their reach tap into my network. Advertising. So we discussed a little bit about why it's important to advertise, especially with Facebook. There's so many changes going on where they were going to split the feeds into two. There was going to be an Explore feed, which they trialed it in 9 countries, Cambodia and a bunch of other ones where the government really restricts what you see. But they decided not to do the Explore feed, which would be all advertising driven, because you don't need 2 feeds. It doesn't make sense. You're already looking at Facebook. Tell me if I'm wrong. You're already looking at Facebook, and when you see an ad, you're just scrolling through it. You're not clicking through it. And this morning I had like a breakthrough. It was great, everybody that saw me. I'm running Facebook Messenger ads, and I'm like crushing it right now. And I ran a Facebook Messenger ad where it's a carousel ad, which means it has 4 or more photos. And then the photo that's being clicked on the most will be the first one that shows. It's based on the algorithms. And then the person can either send you a message directly to your Facebook Messenger or click to buy. And I put $100 behind an advertisement where the tickets are $1,000 each, and I got 4 sales before noon this morning. I was stoked. So it works. Like, you just have to be able to play with the data, see what is converting, and change things around. You can't just turn an ad on and then not check it. You got to every day. If this is your business and this is money going into out of your pocket and going into Facebook's, you want to make sure that you know where your dollars are going. Hashtag campaigns. So we talked about Bali Babe. Hashtag campaigns. So building a story around a hashtag. So do you have a hashtag here? Anybody? Okay. Mine is hashtag Life of Missy DI, because I travel so much. People are like, oh my God, how do you travel? You have all of these limitations. It's like, no, we all have the same resources and tools as everybody else. So I tag Life of Missy DI because, especially in Asia, there's no accessibility. And when I have to go into a restaurant or a building, it's always all stairs. So we take a picture of the stairs, doesn't like stairs, and then we do Life of Missy DI because I just crush it, you know? So it's like things like that where someone could just search a hashtag and see all of the content that you posted. So if you don't have one now, you should consider creating one for yourself so that when users are thinking of you or they're wearing your product, you encourage them to use your hashtag so then you can repurpose their content later. And then location-based analytics. So that would be like checking in. Like right now, all of you that are here, if you're writing about, hey, listening to Melissa's social media strategy talk, and then you check in, you can actually physically check into the event. So you can check into the Facebook event today and then receive notifications later about like upcoming events. And that's really good to consider if you are a brick and mortar and you have an e-commerce business that's online, but also in store. Maybe you have a place in Singapore and you want to collect content or ask for reviews. You would want to use location-based analytics to get you there. And then again, Google to track and a Facebook pixel to track. So I'm going to show you some examples of what a content calendar. Am I going the wrong way? Okay, so this is, so on the left is like my agency organized where I have every client, and then inside the folder is a content calendar. So I just made it very easy for me to understand, for the client to understand. So you got Facebook at the top, and then you have Instagram, and then you have hashtags. So this is a way that you can just give a Word document to, like if you're a marketing director or if you have someone that's working for you and you want them to create content, say, okay, make me a Word document. 1 column is text, 1 column is images, and I use Canva.com for my images. It's so easy. Yeah, I got some heads. It's a piece of cake. You just create a template and then just replace the images, and you can have a content calendar done in half a day. So this is a way that you can just look at the words, come back to it, and then decide, okay, sometimes you need to include a pain point. Is there a pain point? Like, what's the problem? One example could be 80% of my Facebook ads aren't converting. And then maybe it could be a justification saying, have you checked this area of the audience to see if there's a high bounce rate or something? Like that would be something that I would post because I'm social media. And then I would give them a solution. Well, check these areas, A, B, C, and D, and then a link. So just creating something simple as this so that there's so many times where I have my friends or my clients who own businesses who tell me, I post every morning. I just hurry and go look for content and I post. That's not a strategic way of posting because you're thinking on the fly when really you should be worried about what your business is doing and sticking in business development. You should have something that shows the layout maybe a week in advance if you can. 1 month is better because then you can find things like holidays, Nippy Day was just going on, and that could be an opportunity where people see your posts. And also you have to think about the hours. Are you going to be closed on these days? So content calendars allow you to be as organized as possible, but still you can see things like in plain view before, so you don't have to feel like you're jumping to the gun. Do we have any questions on calendars? Content calendars? Okay. All right, influencer marketing, a person with hot pictures and a lot of followers, right, Tristan? So how you can search for influencers is based on hashtag. There are some countries that are requiring you to use hashtag ad. So then they know that you are either being paid or there's something that's given to you. There's many countries, and I think possibly on the border with America, that you have to include this when you're posting. So you can see underneath her caption, she included that. So she was either reimbursed for this, she was given free product. She has 126 followers with, I think, 6,000 likes 3 hours ago. How's her conversion rate? Pretty good? Her engagement rate? Pretty good. Tristan is an Instagram growth hacker, so if I look over him and ask him questions, it's because he helps me with things like this. So influencers basically allow you to take your product, like whatever I'm wearing or whatever I'm doing, and then share it with my network. So then you get free organic reach and new customers that way. So you should consider having a few influencers in your content strategy because if it doesn't cost too much, $200 or $300 to give them free product, and then they're reaching this many followers, to me, I feel like that's an added value. All right, and so, I think that was supposed to be there. I'm sorry for that. This is one of the tools that I'm using to schedule my content calendars in advance. It's called Sendable. And then this link up here, you can get it 20% off. And it's actually fairly reasonable for entrepreneurs. I think it's about $60 or so. But what this allows you to do is you can put all of your social media messaging in a calendar view like this. But then you can monitor. Does this have a... Hey, okay, this is great. It has a monitor button, so you can monitor hashtags. You can monitor your competitors. You can upload content here and reuse it. But then... it's just, I think that it's nice to see when things are coming and they're rolling out, because if there's an issue in whatever country you're from, like in America, sometimes you have to go dark, which means you have to turn all of your content off because something happened. And God forbid something happens in your country, but you don't want to post during crisis like a hurricane, or in Bali, people were... posting with the volcano that erupted. Bring in your airplane ticket and we'll give you a free drink, or we'll help you with your housing. Like those are positive ways. But the negative ways is like you need to turn everything off if there's something serious that happens. So it's very easy to use this tool. You just click the compose button here. You select your social network. You put your content in there and the time, and it looks like this. And if you need to print it off for one final review, you just click the print button and everything shows in the day and the time and what network it goes on, so that you can give it to whoever approves your content or whoever schedules it just for one last glance. All right. Any questions so far? Tell me if I need to slow down. Okay. All right. So this is a Facebook advertisement. So we're here today. Pew. And this is sponsored. So what that means is I'm running an ad on my like page. I have a like page for me. It's a public figure page. And I'm running an ad for anyone who's ever visited my website in the last 180 days, or they've viewed any of my content. So I have 41,000 followers on Facebook. So it's reaching a lot of people, but I also segmented it down to only target people that are in Bali, traveling to, and they're interested in marketing. So I think we got maybe 10 or 11 responses from friends of mine. I brought half of them here, and so it's real good. But that's an example of how you can use advertising effectively. Is you can, they're like, hey, are you going to this thing? Yes, I'm speaking. You can ride with me. So you can advertise events. You can advertise content, retargeting, and then this is what I was mentioning earlier about how I was really excited that I had 4 sales this morning, is the messenger ads. These are blowing up right now, where it's like a chat bot. So if someone comes to your page, maybe you are, I don't like to use examples of big brands. Can someone give me a local brand in Bali? East Bali Cashews. Okay. Someone went to East Bali Cashews' Facebook page, and then they sent a message to the messenger. Let's say the person wants to buy cashews, or they have a question about one of the products, or they're allergic to peanuts or something. You can set up little keyword triggers. Like, for example, this one says, how much is delivery fee? So for East Valley Cashews, you could say, can I buy cashews in bulk? Do you deliver to America? Can I put your cashews in my Whole Foods? So you can set up trigger messages like this. How much is delivery? Is that product in stock? Do you have this in this color? And then that eliminates you from having to be online all the time, especially if you have international customers. So if you're in Bali and I'm in Detroit, that's 12-hour difference. And you never know by that time you wake up in the morning if that person went to your competitor and purchased for them. So having these types of things in place are crucial to your engagement. So you can try ManyChat.com. They are roughly $10 to $13 a month, and you can create a few different bots. I create my bots by myself. I create them myself because I like to do that, and I think it's great. And then so what happens is, whoops, this is an ad, a messenger ad. So if you're messaging your friend right now and you're scrolling through and you see a little ad pop up, this is what it would look like in the design mode here. And we have Nellie in the audience back here. She allowed me to use this as an example because she's been very successful with her ads. I think we converted she converted 5 checkouts, less than $9 each checkout, and her products range from $60 or up or whatever if you buy more. So that's you're already making. Hi, baby. It's okay. It's totally cool. He can stay. I love dogs. So that would be, okay, wow, I just made 5 purchases, and I was able to already pay for my advertising. So what would you do? You would increase the budget because you know it's working and it's performing better. All right. So I kind of want to just talk a little about what this ad is because I feel like it's a little, okay. So Facebook, I found, is that if you write more text like this, instead of 1 or 2 sentences, if you write more text like this, people are more inclined to click through or buy. And if you include multiple images, like right here, these are your images. So here's an image, click. Here's an image, click. And then you click an arrow to go over. Have you guys seen the carousel ads? You know how they work? Yeah, so I've found that if you include a lot of text, you give them a promo code, like this one is social. So she created that in her Shopify so that anytime someone goes to the checkout and they type in the word social, we can track the return on investment. So we know that they came from that ad and we know it's working because you converted that amount of sales. So when you're measuring success, you can use Google Analytics to see the referrals, but then you can actually go into your shopping cart and see how many use the promo social. So how many think that that's a good thing? Super. Do you have a question? Yeah. You feeling okay? Let's hear it.
For the carousel ad that you're recommending. For the carousel, all right. For the carousel ad that you're recommending, that's more for an e-commerce store with physical products versus a service-based business. Is that right?
No, it's a great question. Yeah. Great question. What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is James. I'm from Chicago.
Super. USA. Woohoo. Okay, that's a great question. So carousel ads, so I'll take a step back and talk about the differences in ads. So the carousel ad, like for right now, another example could be like if you are you a service-based, like a consultant?
Author, speaker, and coach.
Okay, author, speaker, and coach. Okay, super. So what you could do for your carousel ad is your first image could be a headshot of you, because I'm assuming that your face is what people want to buy. They think you're friendly. They're like, okay, this guy looks like he's on a good one. I want whatever he's got. So your first one could be a picture of your face. The second one could be maybe an image of your book or a product or you working on your laptop, making it like you're writing. And then you said you're a coach and an author, a coach and a consultant. So you working with people. So it looks like you're giving them a coaching, whatever it is, life coach or mentoring type of thing. And then from up here, the text, just a little bit about what you do. Like maybe you could give a statistic saying, okay, give me an example of what you do again. You coach me on what? Okay. Okay. We should talk later. I need that. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, super. Okay, so maybe you could say your pain point could be, do you feel like you don't have enough time in the day to get what you want done? And then you could say, my coaching abilities will teach you how to strategically use your time wisely and be able to fulfill the most out of your careers and passions. Not bad for 5 seconds. And then you can include a website link, like right here. Book me now. We got our hashtag here, see? So instead of shop now, this can change to learn more, ask me a question, and then your questions could be, I'm interested in buying your book. Oh, I want to learn how to reduce my time and do things that are more fulfilling for me. So that could be like examples of your chatbot. But a carousel ad could be e-commerce, it could be products, you can be an event. So I'm promoting an event in June. It's a working remote conference. So what we've done for that carousel ad is the first ad is a picture of one of the speakers, is Buffer. The second one is a picture of Bali, because you want to sell Bali, because it's a really, really long journey to come from America. I know you know it's like 30 hours or more. But that's who we want to be here, as well as other working remote people. And then a picture of like someone working remotely on the beach or in an airport or something. So that could be 3 images in a carousel ad, but then we're promoting the event. So it would look like this. So it would say attend or buy ticket. So the differences in carousel ad is you can include multiple images here. And then this is a sponsored event right there. I found success in video view ads. So I'll put a few $100s on a video. It's 90 seconds or more is usually what you want, but you can measure how many people are watching it based on 3 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever. And then you can retarget them again with Facebook custom audiences. It gets a little complicated. But video views are lower cost per view than anything. So you can get 100 views for $5. Yeah. Yeah. That is, well, it's true. That's why they do. Yeah, so he asked if it's because they autoplay. That's true. So if you're targeting to someone right now, if you guys this is being recorded because a few of our friends couldn't make it on the Scoot. So if I were to publish this later as an ad, and I'm retargeting everyone that came here or has attended here or checked in here or any other co-working space, they could see it. And then, like he said, because you're scrolling, it automatically starts. Yeah, so his question was if you can see how many people have engaged with it, like click-throughs, comments, etc. Unmute. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Super. Okay, so yes, you can see in Facebook Analytics, which is why I think business.facebook.com is better, because you got the Power Editor tool. I didn't put any of that in here because it's for another type of Facebook ads. Is a totally different tiger. But you can see how many people watched it for 3 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, who turned the sound on, who clicked through, also what countries they're from, what mobile device they're using, what desktop. And then later in the Power Editor for the Facebook Business Manager tool, you can create an audience and say, I want to retarget people that watched my video for 10 seconds or more. And then you could say something like, hey, you forgot to watch the end of this video. Here it is. And you can, be kind of creepy like that. But it works. Yeah. Does that answer?
Awesome, yeah.
Okay, super. All right, let's get it going. We got so much to look at. All right, so here's some of my analytics from my my promos that I'm running. I don't necessarily advertise for Facebook. I want to use what I know to reach people organically to see if it works and then test it out on other industries, right? It's better. But there are some things that require advertising. Like I've got videos here. Video views, $38, and I got 42,000 video views, and I reached 150,000 people, and that was for my birthday. And that was awesome. And then I got all these people that were like, oh, wow, I was in Bali on my birthday. It was so much fun. But I was also a keynote speaker that weekend for a digital media marketing conference. So I was the keynote. So it was a big birthday for me. To do all of those things while still having fun. So you can see your reach here, and then how many views, how many clicks, and then what your spend was. So as you can see, I'm getting a lot of views for what I'm paying because I know what to put in these little areas to maximize your monies, which is why I've been successful on it. And then here's my public figure.
That is that the longer text, do you think that leads, the longer text you said leads to more engagement? Do you think that's because if you've written it in a way that pikes a bit of curiosity, they've already clicked see more, so they've already engaged the ad and crossed that mental barrier?
Yeah.
And then
are you in social media?
No,
yeah, it's good.
Get into it. I'm a software developer.
Okay.
Now I need to learn how to push the products.
Yeah. We need another mic too, I think. Please. In case that's cool that you're a software engineer. I would like to talk to you about that because I've got some ideas of building my own social media network. And so yeah, I think that when I'm looking at data, all I do all day long is look at data. I look at so much data and I manipulate it and I aggregate it and I draw patterns from it. I worked for Ford in Dearborn, which is in Michigan. Detroit, Michigan is Motor City, baby. I worked for Ford, and I ran an international social media team from around the world, and all I would do is just look at this data and strategize. So I love it because I can reach people in Japan or in Australia with my product and my brand voice, and I'm helping businesses grow. So when I'm creating ads, I'm not just creating an ad and running it and making people happy. I'm creating an ad in order to convert this person so that this person clients will tell me, Melissa, you helped me pay my second mortgage off in 3 years. Melissa, you helped me put my daughter through college. It's things like that because I take it so seriously because I love it and it's a passion that I like to try different things out, like the different ad types with the longer text, the shorter text, and even emojis. There's a study that 57% more ads are clicked on because of an emoji. How is that even possible? How do you even know that? But okay, that's where data comes in, right? So now all of you put emojis in everything that you do. Okay, super. Did I answer your question? Sometimes I go on a tangent. Okay. Here we are. Okay, social media contents. This is another way to get free exposure, free organic reach. So this is the remote working conference I'm assisting with. So right now what I've done is just created a simple contest. So easy. Take a picture of your workspace, include the hashtag, tag us, or add it on our Facebook page. It is so easy. We had 80 entries in the first time that we did it, and it was so hard to pick the best one. So this is another opportunity. If you give something away, we didn't advertise this anywhere. We had no ads dollars running, none of that. We just had a landing page, boom, that talked about it, and then we had all of these people that would just tag the hashtag because they were excited. People like free stuff. If you're a music festival and you're giving tickets away, tag 4 of your friends that you could see here at Coachella, right? Or hey, thinking of getting away to Bali, tag someone that you would take with you. And it's just simple things like that. But then picking the winner is always the hardest because you want to pick somebody, when you're going through the winners or whoever, you want to make sure they have an added value to you, a few hundred followers. Like many of these, they're remote workers. So a remote worker means like they're contractors or they're freelancers. They may necessarily not have a lot of followers because they're just starting, or maybe they do. Maybe they're a maker. A maker means that they have 10 or 12 businesses. I know many people like myself that have that type of lifestyle. You want to make sure that when you're picking the winners that they have some value here. She's got 23 comments and 300 and some likes, and then just see, where is she? Okay, she's in Malaysia. Whoa, that would be cool to have someone from Malaysia here. So think about all of those things. Who they are, is the picture of quality. This one, he was in Colorado. I thought that was really cool because, do we have photographers in the building? Yeah, one. Okay. Then maybe I won't talk about it. But these cameras are like super sexy. That's why I picked him as the winner. Like, I was like, I'm not going based on followers. I'm going based on your gear. So things like that when you're thinking of examples. So a social media contest, giving things away, and just run it. Keep it running. You don't have to stop it. If it works, why change it? You're getting free organic reach. Okay, direct messaging. Tristan here, this is his business, Getting Fame. He's my growth hacker at my agency. So what we've done is we've reached out. This is how we're doing influencer reach. This is an example. This is really important if you want to be able to reach out to those people that have hundreds of followers and just connect with them directly. You can now just connect with brands like, I hate using big brands, but that's all I can think of right now. Delta or Avianca or something. You can send them a direct message and it goes straight to their inbox. Many years ago, you'd have to figure out someone's email in marketing to figure out how to get a message to somebody. Now you can just go straight to social media and get customer service. And they have to deliver quickly because, as you see in America right now, there's some issues with airlines. So they need to be able to control those reviews. So this is a way that you can send a message like this here. Hi to this person. We know that we're talking about the conference. And then that's the first message. That's one message. One. And then the second message is, we'd like to have you here. And then it shows up as a link, but this wasn't showing up. I think I had an internet issue. And then I attached an image last. So I did 3 things. I wrote a message, and then I wrote a second message about the website, so it shows up as a thumbnail. Click. And then I attached an image here. Do you see how it has a heart and then a reply? So there's 3 ways that that person can write me back. They can write me, they can click on that, they can click on that, they can click on that. And that's, I'm sending 30 or 40 of these messages a day, and I'm getting 2 or 3 responses at $1,000 tickets. It's pretty good.
Is that all automated? Like, I used to run a...
Yeah.
Hi, could you use the mic, please?
Yeah, so she's asking if it's
Jane,
automated. Yeah, thanks, Jess.
Is that all automated, or like I used to run a similar tool on my Instagram that did that every time someone liked my page, it would send them a like welcome message,
Super.
and it converted like so well. But
Yeah.
then I got kicked off Instagram for a little while.
Instagram jail. We've all been there. Well, okay, a couple of us. Yeah, that's a great question. And this right here, this is automated to an extent. Like this tool here, Getting Fame. Here's the link. Click. This is me, pictures of me, and then here's my messaging. So then if you want, like Instagress used to be the Instagram app to like do these type of messages, and there were a few others where they, like as soon as someone liked your page or commented on something, it sends them a direct message in their Instagram Messenger or Facebook. What this tool does, Getting Fame, is you can set up your message, so you can say, hi, hey there, what's up, with the username, see? It's a little hard to see because of the sun, but then you can segment it. Like right here, you can talk about, okay, I only wanted to send to people that have a minimum 10,000 followers, maximum 200,000 followers. So you know you're only sending direct messages to people that have following. So you can set up those types of tiers. And then, Tristan, do you mind if I just bother you to talk a little bit more about the direct message? Okay, one moment.
All right. Yeah. It actually helps you to automate all your messages. The average return is when you send 10 messages, 2 messages get usually answered. So it depends also how you target your audience. So for example, if you use an Instagram bot and you're spreading out a wide audience. So for example, you're a yoga teacher and you're following Justin Bieber, or you target Justin Bieber. The return will not work. But if you target a lot of yoga interested people or coaching interested people, the return rate of direct message marketing is way bigger. At least they send you a heart, and as soon as they send you a heart on the Instagram, then this is your way to go to connect them and convert them into real clients. So this is a good tool to make money, but it's not the complete thing. So you still have to so this brings you the customer, but you have to finish the sale afterwards. So this is not 100% automated yet.
Can you talk about how often it sends a message?
Yeah, it sends around 50 to 80 messages per day.
But the space is like, so it's not kicked off by...
No, we have we work with spin tags. That means when you add these brackets with different words like hi, hello, I really like, I really love, I really enjoy, or thanks, thank you, whatever, so that the bot takes different parts of the message. Instagram doesn't recognize that it's copy-paste. For example, don't use the brackets. It's very dangerous that Instagram stops messaging this, or you get shadow banned.
It's a real thing if you don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It's not easy to get out. You're in jail.
But it's all well explained on the website. So,
Usually.
yeah.
Okay.
What the other thing is, what she said, you can also send a lot of personalized messages to people you want to track. So, if you have a list of companies you want to attract, you can add them in a list, and you can upload the list, and then they get this message sent. So this is powerful for a social media manager or a social media or Instagram marketing people. Yeah, that's the direct messaging. Was it okay?
Yeah, super good. Thanks for that little break. Yeah, so if you have like a product or something and you want to like push it out immediately, like a Black Friday sale or a Christmas sale, I appreciate you. This could be an opportunity to use the direct messaging. There are a few other ones that are automated, like you can add them to as an extension in your browser, and you click it and it sends messages to everyone that's liked that post. A little bit more intrusive, but there are companies like that are doing that. Like there's one that's called Pipeline. It's a Facebook Messenger one. So anyone that comments on your images, it will immediately send them a direct message from your page. Like if you're a music artist and you're promoting a new single or selling tickets, you can anyone that comments on that post, you can send them a message saying buy my new download or listen to me on Facebook Live, things like that. Okay, so we're going to do a brainstorming session since we just looked at everything. I want to, now that you've seen some of these things, do you have a question?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it before we jump into this session.
Yeah, Jamin again. So that was all on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
So is that like the one social media tool that you'd say you definitely need to be on versus Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, or whatever? Is that like the place to be?
The place to be today. It's an American TV show, I think. Okay, tough crowd. I think I'm biased because I'm on 32 social networks, right? So I think I'm biased.
Well, I mean, that's why I'm asking you, because
Yeah.
you're on 32 of them.
So, okay, so I can give my opinion. All right. So I think that Instagram is more reachable for business owners or brands because you can include 15 to 30 hashtags and people will find you and search those hashtags or that location of wherever you checked in versus you having to spend advertising dollars to get in front of that person. Like with Facebook, when you post something, you have to put money behind it so it reaches people. And with Instagram, you know that people are constantly searching hashtags and they're checking locations and looking at stories. I personally feel that it's more engaging from a perspective of seeing more people, but results driven, I think Facebook will convert more sales.
Got it. And
Super.
can I ask a follow-up?
Absolutely, Jamin.
What about for a demographic that's over 35?
Is this for your business?
No, it's for my wife's business.
Okay. What's the industry?
Also coaching.
Okay. Yeah, I would say that Facebook ads is tearing it up. And if you have a really good landing page that has ClickFunnels, so basically like a way for them to opt into a lead page or watch a video or see something that relates to them, you can convert more people with a landing page than you can with any, like having a full website. You have 7 seconds to capture their attention. And if you have really good copy and really good geographic setup, like if you're targeting in the interest, if you're targeting pages that are similar to your business, like Tony Robbins or Gary Vee or something, you know that the people that are at those pages would be interested in coaching or mentoring. Super. Yeah, you're welcome. You can holler at me later. Okay, let's do a brainstorming sesh. How much time do we have? Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure because we've got a lot and I want to not hustle through it. Okay, so brainstorming sesh. All right, so now that you've seen how everything is working and what those different components are, now I'm going to take you a step back so that you can think of these things for your business. So when you're thinking of social strategy, think of 2 things. The first is your business goals, and the second is your social media goals. So we got mics, yeah? So the first one would be the business goal would be brand awareness. How many people that you want to see your brand, you want them to wear your brand, maybe you have stickers, maybe you have something that's tangible that they can hold, like a computer case or something. That would be an example of brand awareness. Thought leadership. So maybe you are the best coach in your industry. Maybe you have the best thing of whatever you're doing. That could be a thought leadership. You want people to look at you as the expert of your industry. Word of mouth. I get this all the time where people will just tell other people, direct messaging, you need to talk to Melissa. That's such a good feeling that I didn't have to, my work speaks for itself. This morning we were all at breakfast and this lady that I'm here with here now, Nellie, her friends came up to me later. I've heard so much about you. I want to give you my card. It was just good. It's a good feeling. That's called word of mouth. So you want people to have good things to say about your brand so that they're passing you and referring you to everyone else. Leads. Leads and conversions go hand in hand. So getting your products out there, making money, and converting your followers into sales. That's the most important, because as an entrepreneur and a founder and a business owner, you know that it sucks having to work the 9-to-5 rat race, making money for other people. It's better for you to do it for yourself because it's something that you've worked on. It's a passion for you. You can live a lifestyle of freedom. So that would be the main goal, is conversions and leads. All right, and social media goals. So reach, this goes back to brand awareness. So reach would be how many followers do you have? Do you have 5,000 followers? Of those 5,000 followers, are 70% of them engaging with you? Are 5% engaging with you? What's more important, having the social proof that you have 10,000 followers, or having 3,000 good followers that are commenting and liking and sharing what you're doing? Consumption, putting content out that is valuable. So you don't want to constantly just to post so that you have something going. You want to give them value added. So every time they come to your page, whether it's Mashable or Marketing Land or Social Media Today, every day I'm going to get something that I'm going to learn, and I'm going to be able to apply that to what my business is. Shares and tweets, retweets. This is another social media goal. I want to have 10 social media shares for every post that I put out, and I don't want to pay for it. So how do I do that? Okay, I have to come up with a catchy caption. Tag this person that would be your, we posted something the other day of 4 artists, Mona Lisa and a few others. Tag your crew that's an artist. And then all these art people were tagging 3 of their friends, and we got all this organic reach. It was amazing. And actions. What actions are they making? Are they buying now? Are they sending up your page a message? Send message? Blech. And then conversion. Converting those followers into sales again. All right. So if you have time or you want to take a picture of this, this is just broken down into the social media goals. So this is how you can define your goals. So, all right, think of this as a roadmap. Okay, I'll let you do that while I take a break. Okay. All right, thank you. Super. So write down 5 to 10 social media goals so that you can work towards this, right? So this could be when I'm creating strategies, I create strategies as a roadmap. So I create them as 3 months, 6 months to a year. Okay. Based on all that data that I'm looking at on your Google Analytics or your Facebook, I know that we can gain you X amount of followers on social media networks. And of that, it's going to be paid. So that means I put advertising dollars behind it, or organic. And then from those, I want to generate this many link clicks or conversions and have them complete an action. So let's break it down. So let's say, just an example, for Vagabond Goods, we have yoga mats and accessories. We want to run the Get in Fame tool every day and gain 100 followers a day that sticks. So then at the end of the month, what is it? 3,000? 3,000 followers each month, organic. So that's one that we just created. We want to have 3,000 organic followers on social networks. But then I also want to run a growth hacking campaign for paid. So I'm going to only spend $100, and of that I can get, it depends on where you're targeting, maybe you can get 1,000, no, more than that if you do growth hacking, maybe 5,000. So let's just round it up. I want 10,000 followers, including paid and organic, in 1 month. That's 30 days. And from them, I want to have X amount of percent. Maybe it's a 20% conversion rate, but I want them to complete this much action. So I want to be able to generate X amount of sales. So from this let's say 3,000 or 10,000 followers, I want to gain $5,000 in revenue so that it pays for my advertising and then it pays for my business to continue running. So if we break that down into a SMART goal, has anyone heard of SMART goals? Yeah, they're super. If you haven't, this is really important for brands, especially in business. It's in like every book that I'm reading. A SMART goal is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. So when we were at the slide before, we were specific. So for Instagram, we will share photos that communicate our company culture. We will do this by posting 3 photos a week. The target for each is 30 likes and 5 comments. So we're specific. What are we doing? On Instagram, we're going to share photos, so not videos, photos, and that communicate our company culture. So we're not social selling. We're doing company culture, like why they want to work here, what we're doing behind the scenes. So then we're going to post 3 photos a week. That's specific and measurable. The target for each is 30 likes and 5 comments. That is totally attainable, 100%, and even more than that. And then we included the time bound up here, 3 times a week. And is it relevant? Yes, it's relevant to our company. So SMART goals are specific. This is something that you want to have if you are, maybe you're a startup company or you're a product, you're funding for a product that you want to launch and you need to get investment money. You can show these types of goal examples and then say, okay, this is how we're going to reach our $10,000 Kickstarter campaign. We're going to do all of these things as a SMART goal example, but you're going to want to have at least 5 to 10 that are like that. And it sounds like it's complicated, and it should be. This is your business. You want to know exactly what you're doing with your brand. You want to know where it's going, because there's only one you and there's only one brand. So be as specific as possible when you're doing that. So a couple other examples of goals that you can do is like brand recognition and awareness. How will you get your brand out there? Will you do an email blast? Will you give them a 20% promo code? Are you going to give your product away for free as an influencer? Build customer loyalty. Okay, so many times I've noticed we were looking at a Facebook page today of this really popular brand in yoga, and they had either 5-star review or 1-star review.
Sorry, Melissa.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but I have
Sure.
questions about
Sure.
the previous slide.
This one?
One?
The previous
one. So
Okay.
how do you set up Oh no, go forward, please. Like the one with, yes. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So how do you set up like this target? So you want to have at least 30 likes and 5 comments. So how do you set up like this measurable target? So do you do benchmark, or you like create it based on Google Analytics, or you just like set it up based on your like business target or revenue target? Like how do you pick that number, that figure?
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. So how did I pick my measurable goal for this? So this was just an example that I came up with like as a brainstorm. I'm like, okay, I know if I'm looking at my analytics on Instagram now, maybe I only have 100 followers on Instagram. So I picked this number, 30. So we want to have 30% or more people convert as a like. So I could say, okay, I have 100 followers. How many could I get for each photo to have them like it? So if you are posting something like consistently, if you're posting once a day or a couple times a week, look to see how many likes you're getting on average for that post, and then just take it down like 1/3, so you know it's reachable. So say, okay, if it's 100 likes, my goal would be 30 likes organically, because I know I can reach it. You want to set things that are reachable or attainable, or you can do the opposite. You can say, I want to do twice as better. So I want to have 200 likes. So how I picked this SMART goal is I looked at all of the analytics from consistently posting and then just average it out and either do better or do it so that I can at least reach it. And then times per week depends on how much content you have and how many times and how much people are engaging with your brand. So if you're posting consistently once a day or 2 times a day, and you've noticed that one of your posts has 350 likes, maybe it was at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then your second post has 72 likes, 8 o'clock at night, then you know in your analytics that your audience is more likely to sit in the morning. So your goal could be, I'm going to post 3 times a week at 8 in the morning to get a goal, and you can triple this or double it so you can do better. So something that you're reaching and you're thinking about and it's relevant. But I also want to say, okay, I want to get 5 comments. How do you get 5 comments? When someone comments on your photo, do you always respond back? Why? Why don't you? Don't have time? No, it's true.
Social media manager.
It's true. You don't have time, right? And that's one way that you can get this likes up organically, is if you just do something that simple every night. Bulk comment. What I do is I do bulk commenting. So if there's 30 comments on one post, instead of writing thank you back to each person, just do like 4 or 5 in one comment, and just do something really witty and fun with like 4 or 5 emojis. And then it looks a little bit. It just depends on your business. If it's more approachable for you as a customer service approach to go direct comment, do it. But I don't have that type of time, neither do you. So just bulk comment. And then this will increase your comments here. So in order to increase your likes, figure out what time of the day that they're sitting on. And in order to increase your comments, always respond to people. Don't take too long. Don't take more than a day to respond to your people. Because when you're responding to them, then they feel like you're giving them something back, and then they'll engage with your content more. Should I do another example of this?
No, that's all right. Yeah. So
We can do another if you want.
Yeah, sorry. I think that's enough, but I have a follow-up question.
Sure.
So, like, for example, if I set up 30 likes as one of my target, and is it important, like, for me to like compare it with my competitor? So for example, like I have a competitor like with the same brand, and also like in social media, is it important like for me to compare like this target with my competitor target? And like if that's significant, I mean, like if I can create like a better brand awareness than my competitor, like how am I supposed to get this data? Can I get it like from this Google Analytics?
There's a tool that you can use. Is it Social Blade? Okay. Socialblade.com, where you can type in the username of your competitor, and you can see what their engagement rate is like with their followers. And then you can see if they have fake followers, yeah? And then on average, how many likes or comments or engagement they have per post. And you can use that as a benchmark. So, what is it? Phlegm? Here, I got it. Super. Hey. Check.
There is another website, but I don't know the website right now because it's a very long name. Just Google engagement rate on Instagram engagement rate, and then you can add the name of the competitor, and they give you a percentage. Yeah. But on Social Blade itself, you see what your competitors are doing, if they are using a bot or not. You can recognize bots relatively easily when the following numbers going up and down and up and down and up and down every day. So I recommend, for example, to my clients to be in a small spot between 500 per day up and 500 per day down and way under 1,000, so that you're not going crazy and you don't look like a bot user for others. But the engagement rate factor is, probably pretty important.
Yeah, because if you have 200,000 followers and then only 1,000 likes, then you know.
Yeah, and about the comments, the thing is, Instagram, when people when they calculate the engagement rate, they don't see that they count the comments. But if you have just 3 comments and you answered everything single, then you have 6 comments, and this is a factor for the engagement rate actually. So when you answer all your comments, you double your engagement rate. This is just a super simple hack. And for Instagram itself, to post your to boost your engagement, use always 5 words. This is the new algorithm. When you use 5 words in your comments, Instagram counts this as a real engagement. When you just use emojis, because the bots used emojis for years, this is not real engagement anymore. It doesn't make no difference. Yeah.
So you can't say thank you.
You gotta be thank you for the post. Emoji. Yeah.
I say, hey, username, thank you very much.
Okay, they can go. That's so good.
All right,
Super.
awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, super. I'm so happy you came. I get a little break every now and then. It's good. Okay, build customer loyalty. So as I was saying before, we were looking at a Facebook page this morning of a well-known yoga accessory business, and their customer reviews were either 5-star or 1-star. And we found out from reading the reviews that their shipping center was taking more than a month to ship their products. So that's why they received the 1-star, but the product was so cool that they still received 5 stars. So when you're building customer loyalty and there's things like that happening, like the reviews said, left 20 messages and emails, but they respond to social media posts faster. Make sure that you're always thinking of that, responding to them so that people can see it, because it's public, and how you choose to respond is just another layer of what your brand identity is. All right, so these are social media and business goals. Grow your network by number of followers, new page likes, organically or through paid. Drive lead sales. So Facebook has a few different templates that you can use now. I think one of them is called Canva within Facebook, where you can collect leads like emails, or you can have your Facebook shopping or your Instagram shopping built within Facebook. But then when they click on to buy the product, it clicks out to your website, which is great. So if you have Facebook shopping integrated, like different categories like leather bags or hoodies or onesies or something, and then they can tag you can tag products within your posts. So the person can hover over the image, just a little white dot, and they can click and buy that product for you. So you're not spending any advertising for this type of functionality. You just have to set it up. And it's the same with Instagram shopping. There used to be a tool called Get Snapped, I think, GETSNAPPT, that you had to pay to get shopping. Now Facebook shopping integrates Instagram shopping, so you don't have to pay for another third-party tool. So it's one less thing that you have to worry about. Yeah.
Sorry, could you use the mic, please?
I feel like the engagement when you tag the products goes super low, though. Yeah.
Yeah, because it shows up as like a little box, right?
Well, that and it's
social selling.
I really don't feel like Instagram's the best place for selling products. I feel Facebook is better for that. I think Instagram is better for your lifestyle kind of branding. But yeah, I just feel like when you tag a product, it just kind of drops.
It does. If anyone has seen what it looks like, it has like a small little box under it that says this product view. So it kind of looks a little social selly. So depending on like what you're doing, it makes sense, and then for other social strategy, it doesn't. But I think Instagram, I totally agree. It's more of a lifestyle. Like people will go there and they'll like look at people, how people are doing, what their lives are like, versus going there for shopping. So, okay, increase post and engagement. So viral reach. So that's another thing. Is like, okay, how am I going to increase my post engagement? What are the social media? What social media strategy do I need to do? Do I need to create blog posts? Do I need to partner up with an influencer and share? Does it have to be a video? Is it a question or a poll that people are responding to so that we can get viral reach? And then another example is like, how am I going to drive website traffic? So you could have your social media goal is, I want to have 40,000 followers by the end of this year. And then every month I want to have 40% of it to drive my website traffic. That's a lot. Like on average, I think it's like 13 to 20% conversion or something. So you can have these types of goals. How am I going to drive the website traffic with 40,000 followers? What do I have to do to get people to go there? Do I have to give something away? Do I have to offer them to give me their email and they opt in? Lead generation. Customer service and support goes up here with customer loyalty. Making use of hashtags on Twitter, Instagram, etc. Sponsored posts and advertising. This all goes into examples of social media and business goals. How are you going to achieve these? How are you going to achieve website traffic, leads, emails, build follower? Do you need someone to answer your customer service support? I know some business owners in this room that have a lot of followers, and they do all of their customer service themselves because the reviews that they have on their Facebook pages is, this person fixed my problem for me within that day, and they did A, B, C, and D. And that shows a lot about their brand loyalty when they have time to give their customer support too.
Just really quickly.
Yeah.
As far as generating sales, I think Pinterest, if you have a product, Pinterest is free, and it brings me 80% of my traffic.
Are you collectively pinning each day, and how many boards do you think you have?
I have about 50 boards, and I spend about half an hour pinning every day. And it doesn't even have to be my product. It's just it's a lifestyle again. But then you kind of like sneak your products in, and I think I have 1.2 million per month visits. So it's not to my website, but to like the Pinterest, getting repinned, and just visibility. So it's really important, and it's free.
Yeah. Yeah, how many's on Pinterest? Super. There's a tool that I'm using. It's called Tailwind app. TAILWINDAPP.com. So I have 50 to 100 boards as well. I don't really know. I create boards all the time. And then I just go through and search like a hashtag or a variation of a keyword, social media advertising, social media branding, and then I click a tool in the top of my browser, and then it highlights all of those posts. And then I can just click it again, and then it schedules them. So then I don't have the time to go through what I need to get lifestyle images. Mine are more informational infographics for people. They want to learn about social media. So it's a little bit opposite of the lifestyle, but it still gains engagement to my page. I'm still getting reach, but I'm doing it more automated where it's pinning and scheduling the pins at optimal pin times. Tailwind app. It's really cool. So I can spend an hour or 2 hours a week, and it does all of my pinning for me for the week. Okay, social media audience network. I just threw this together, but I definitely want to hear what you think. So for like your audience for these networks, I think that Facebook ranges, because you can have your 13-year-old nephew on there, and then you can have your grandparents on there. So Facebook audience ranges based on advertising and how you target. That's how you'll be able to serve ads to those people to turn them into sales. So Facebook, it's more of like for a text, for photos, for videos, and actually, many of my friends that are entrepreneurs or agency founders, they put these little, I don't know the plugin name. It's a plugin that you have on your Facebook so you don't see your newsfeed. You just don't see anything. So you know what I mean when you say, like, there's ways that you can reach the people you want, but then they might have blockers so you can't even get the content to them. So this is best for, like, sharing engaging content. Like, I use my Facebook to only promote my blog. So I only just write about things that I'm doing in Indonesia, wherever I'm at, and then that's how I get people just to know where I'm at and what I'm doing. And then if they know that I'm coming to Colombia next month, they see that on my blog, and then they reach out to me saying, hey, if you need somewhere to stay, this is what you would use it for. So that's what I'm using my personal Facebook for, but my Facebook like pages are completely different. Like, I'm giving them content and blog articles and added value. Twitter, I'm indifferent about Twitter because that's how my president communicates with us, and I think it's shit. Right. Okay, we're moving on. All right, so okay, so you would share it's like I just feel like Twitter has just become an area for adults to bully each other. So I don't accept Twitter at my agency. So I don't want to talk about it. So Instagram, because I don't think you should use it. Don't use this. Instagram is like more for your millennials and your young people and your lifestyle people. Like, people are like turning this travel, work around the world into a lifestyle. I have people reach out to me. They're like, hey, I see that you have 20,000 followers. You are in Havana, Cuba right now. Would you be interested in having a ride in our classic convertible to post? Yes, I would. I totally said yes to that. It's things like that where you're like, okay, you can turn anything that you want, any dream that you want, using Instagram into a reality. People will find you if you're doing it right, if it looks clean, if it's pretty. Hashtag marketing is super important to reach people. So what hashtags to include? I'm going to show you how to do that. I've got 2 videos I want to show you. And then LinkedIn is for professionals. There's a really cool tool. I think it's called Clear something. I'm going to think of it in a minute, okay? So it's just a browser that runs. So every time you're sending an email or there's somebody on the page with a name, like this, it will show up in the corner with her LinkedIn profile, too, next to it. It's like Clearbit or something. So if you're writing to somebody on an email, then a browser will pop up on the side. It's like HubSpot. HubSpot, HubSpot. If you download the free CRM, you can get all of their social media links of whoever the person that you're talking to, so then you can connect with them on social. It's the same thing for LinkedIn. It's a way to like pull all the data and upload it later into a custom audience. I think that I want to just kind of go through some things quickly because we're getting to the almost done mark. Okay. Looks great. All right, so everyone knows this is Instagram, yeah, on mobile. Okay, so this is a few examples of Instagram doing it right. So I'm sorry for using that. I didn't realize until now. Okay, but they're doing a good job. And so Cafe Vita we have in the building here. So she's using a grid tool. And so what a grid tool does is that it shows up on your mobile phone exactly how you're going to place it in your newsfeed. And you can move it around. You can adjust it by your fingers. And then you can see, okay. So you see what she's doing here? Food, food, food. All right, amazing. And then we've got these beautiful Asian-looking statues. I don't even know the name of it. It's a part of if you're at her restaurant, you know that the name Vita comes from holy because there's 12 temples in the restaurant. Yes. So that is why this is significant, because when you're sitting there, you feel like you're in this this motion and this momentum and this energy. So it's not just about the food. It's not just about cafe. It's about having an experience, having a feeling of being in Indonesia. And then, okay, so then Outpost Co-working, they're doing something a little bit differently. They're going, quote, connection with community, image of Bali. Connection with workspace, image of Bali, community, quote. So there's different ways that you can set up a brand story so that it looks visually pleasing on your Instagram. And then this, I just had an art exhibit at Crate, and the designers and the photographers, they put a preset over the images, which I think is really cool, and it sticks out. So it's like blue to orange in the corner, so you can see blue to orange. So then anytime you see this picture in a newsfeed, you know it's coming from this graphic, which originally started as the preset. So a preset is when you are uploading an image, like if you click the plus button, and you have your image there, you can switch between presets to change the color. So if any of our photographers or Photoshop people are here, you know that presets are really important because it's how someone will remember your brand. And it looks really good on Instagram as a whole. Okay, let's see. Let me see here. Okay, I want to show those 2 videos. Can we do that real quick? And then, yeah, that's good, because I don't see the slides for that. All right, how many people got some ideas so far? Yeah? Okay. Super. We're going to get some, I want to show you, how to find things on your Instagram. It's very quick and easy to do. Can we do the keyword one first, please? Yeah. All right. You can have all of the tools in the world, but I still think it's better to do things manually sometimes, because then you see things firsthand. I think it's under the downloads. Oh, yeah, we can do that. Okay, keyword. Yes, please. Okay. So how many know how to search keywords on your phone? Okay, let's do it. You did have them downloaded from earlier. If you click the show all button. Yeah, perfect. Okay. It's hot. It's hot up here. Super, super. Working on it.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, you can totally ask a question.
Lou?
What's your name?
Doha.
Okay.
So I read an article the other day about companies that hire people to go click, see your videos and stuff like that. And for someone that's starting from the beginning, do you think something like that? Because obviously when people start following your accounts, a lot of times they look at it if it's more of an established account, and you've got loads of followers or enough followers for it to look like it's legit. Do you think that going with something like that, where you've got people automatically just liking and watching your videos, showing that you've got loads of views, is that maybe an approach, or?
It's an approach for a strategy to start. Yeah, I think so. Some of the accounts that I'm building from the bottom up, it's so hard to get your engagement rate higher. So what we've done with our social strategy is every day we comment on 30 to 40 images per day based on relevant hashtags. So one is remote working. So what we do is we go through and we don't look at their followers or anything. We just go through and like and follow and then comment, and just getting people interested in the brand just to start building the engagement. There's the the curse and then the upside of it is like the engagement rate, right? Like if you only have 9 followers in 4 images, but you're leaving like 50 comments, like is that really doing anything for your engagement rate? You just have to think like, don't post so much, like have a strategy in mind where like, okay, I want people when they comment and they post, I'm giving them an image of quality. So maybe you don't have time to post 3 times a week. Maybe you can only just post 1 time a week until you get your products and your awareness going. I like to invite all of my family and friends. Like I'm starting a music label right now for techno, and I went through and I told all of my friends, I'm like, okay, 30 days, I'm launching this label. I want you to take this link before we do it, and I want you to invite all of your friends. So on my Instagram page, all it says is coming soon. I use the grid tool. Coming soon. So I'm just growing organic followers right now because I'm asking my friends privately to do it for me. So when we hit like maybe 100 or 200, then I'll remove that grid and start posting consistently. So maybe you can have something similar like that where you just have like a coming soon, really, really big, and then ask your friends to start following for you. So then when you are ready to launch, you've got like this cool following and then people will see it. Super. Okay, is this the keyword? Yeah. Okay, let's do this. All right, so in the bottom corner is the magnifying glass. Boom, boom. And up at the top, you type in what the keyword is. Sometimes I like stop and think and talk or something, so I'm assuming that's what I was doing. Remote workspaces. Boom. Okay, there's only 36. Okay, erase. Okay, better. Right? So now you got different variations. Okay, I'm going to click this one. Okay, so then you can follow hashtags, and also you can see what's related. This is important so that you can start using these as concepts towards your hashtag marketing campaign. So I'm clicking on the next one, remote work. Okay, I'm going to follow it. But then this here is this click, follow. In the corner, you can copy it, you can talk to them, you can share it. Click, follow, click, like, boom, boom, boom. And then here is the location, yeah? You can also share it with friends. So I clicked a triangle button. I forgot that I did that. I clicked a triangle button. Running remote. So it's a workspace. So I'm sending it to a friend. So that's the button that you can send it to your friend. Or you can save it for later. Right there. Okay. We're doing another one. Remote work. So then all of these other hashtag variations are similar to this. And this is what you can use to find content, connect with influencers, or just look for ideas. It's really nice. Like. That's all I'm doing. It's going through and liking. Boom, boom, boom. That's it.
Sorry, when you said to find content, so you're just reposting somebody else's content?
You can repost other content and tag them in it. Like I like to create stories using different people's content, because when you tag them in a story, an Instagram story, it becomes a direct message, which comes up here. And then they see that you tagged them in a story, and then you can write them. If they write you back, then you can say, hey, this is great. You want to do some collab? And that's how I've been getting people just be like, thanks for featuring my story. You've got 20,000 followers. Do you want to do a shared content or shared post? But I like to use it just to see what others are doing. What is the top post? What's the most recent? Who has better likes? What did they do? Who did they tag? What hashtags did they use? So that's a way that you can use keywords to find content. Did that answer okay? Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I do that because I know the person just posted. I'll just do it just to see if they follow me back, if I like their content. And I'm just there. I'm like, click, 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 click. And then, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay, can we do the other? Super. Okay, that was like a 2-minute squeeze of keywords, but hey, it worked out, yeah? And then the other is location. How many search location? Yeah, it's real good. Yeah, especially for your business, because it's people that are based in Location. So, like I said, I went to 30 countries in 16 months. It's intense. So before I go to these countries, what I do is I search the location of where I'm going first, and I start to get ideas and feels for the country. So, this one. Wait, remote. Is this the same one? Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Is it the same? Yeah, that one. Let's see. I think it's the same one. Can we go back to the Google Drive? Okay. Right here. Yeah. Okay. One of those. Oh, yeah. Okay. Super. Okay. If we don't, we got hot spots. We got hot spots. Okay, so before I travel to these countries, I always search the location of where I'm going, so I know what I'm getting into, right? So you can search Medellin, you can search Barcelona, you can see who's influencers, what brands are there. So that's how I plan all of my my countries. Jessica, is it cool if we connect to your hotspot? Super. Okay. If you need to connect to her hotspot, no problem. Right? Whew. Coffee. Okay. No problem. We can move on from it. So it's basically the same concept. If you want to... Yeah, you want to try one more? Let's try one more. Okay. No, it's a problem. Let's just play this one again, and then I'll just walk through how to do it. Okay, so it's the same concept when you're searching. Here? Okay. You're searching. You type in the name, and then you click places. So instead of typing in a hashtag, you can type in Barcelona or Medellin. And I follow, and I do this for forever. I follow the places that I want to go, or I follow the places of customers that I want to connect with. So when you're posting something online, you want to make sure that you have content that is engaging, that someone wants to click on, with a caption and then hashtags, but also that you're checking in to something. So checking in, like checking into Bali, checking into Brooklyn Heights, New York, Detroit, wherever you think that your audience is sitting and where they're interacting the most. Can I go back to the... Yeah. I think we're closing up soon. We'll ask some questions. We'll just do a couple more slides. It's a lot of info. Pew. Okay. I think it's down here in the bottom corner, social strategy. Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay, super. Before we end the session, I just want to show you some things that I'm doing in social strategy that I think are really cool and they're cutting edge. Like this is an example of pre-setting up a Facebook Live. So a Facebook live stream is like where you're there, like right now, like pretend that my phone is Facebook and I'm doing this talk so people that couldn't be here are connected with me over here. So this was a conference that was last couple weeks ago in Nusa Penida, and they promoted it in advance. They said, we're going to do a Facebook Live so that you can interact with us and ask us questions. And so this is an opportunity to start linking them with links, doing comments. I work in the techno industry. I'm really heavy into Detroit techno and Medellin, and also in Barcelona. So we do 2 Facebook streams each week, and we set them up so that there is a graphic created in advance. This is a pinned post, so any artist can do it. A graphic created in advance. So when the music is playing, we use OBS. It's a third-party system that you can integrate and make cool graphics like this. So when the music is playing, the beats will make the sound bars go up and down. And then also you can set up your comments like here. Thank you for supporting, blah, blah, blah. This is all organic. And then again, a few other things that I'm working on is setting up direct messages to send to people that are not your friends and they've never liked your page ever. So they're able to target you based on your interests. This showed up in my others folder. I don't know how, but they did because I'm doing this too. See, there's the emoji again. And then location based, which is when you're searching based on locations. This is a story. So this is real-time followers and real-time people that are uploading. And you're using the location tag on Instagram. Keyword, we just watched these videos. So you can follow keywords that are relevant. And, okay, I think that we're pretty good. Yeah? Can we ask some questions? Okay. Well, that was a lot of information. Yeah? Shoo! We could do this all day, couldn't we? Yeah. Super.
Okay, wow. So thank you, Melissa. And everyone, please, can you give us, or can you give our guest speaker another big round of applause?
Hey, and Tristan. Thank you.
Well. Thank you, Tristan, for answering my question. And yeah, we're going to open a 15 minutes Q&A session. So for everyone around here who have questions in their mind, please shout that out.
Super.
And then, yeah,
Okay.
please use the mic. So, Jamin, the mic is beside you. So,
Do you want a chair for Q&A? I mean, you've been standing for a long
Yes.
time.
I would love one. Do I look like I'm struggling? Yes.
No, I mean, you just, it's hot up there.
Thank you.
There
It
go.
is super hot. Can you turn my video off for me? Thanks. Okay. Now I feel like your teacher.
Oh.
So your master.
My question is, if you have a super like niche strategy that you have for your market, like you're super focused, do you think having a social media strategy is important? It sounds like a lot of this drives a broader reach for, you know, I mean, like, you can be like targeted within yoga, right? And like yoga products, or like that's an example that's been brought up. But if you're super specific, do you feel like all this is just as important?
Yeah, I think so. The industries that I'm working in are aviation, so helicopter or jets or whatever, and techno. Those are the two that I want because that's what I want my clients to be. Doesn't mean I'm not going to help other people. So I'm just creating content yeah, what I know what you're thinking. You know, whatever. We're chopped liver. Okay, I'm just going to turn... Yeah. Why do you think I have helicopter photos? Okay, let's bring it back. Doesn't mean I don't love working with you ladies. It was just the thrill of it, right? Okay. I keep forgetting that my lady friends in here are also my boss ladies, who I also work with. But you'll have a ride with me in that helicopter when you come to the States. Okay. All right. So I create niche content based on the people that I want to target. So if you go to like my agency page, you'll see mostly of like media kits created for techno artists, for these people, and then I'm targeting them only. So when you're thinking of a niche product, your content strategy should be something similar like this. Like, this is a content calendar. Okay, the blog promo, what is it going to be on? Top vegan plateau dishes you have to do, whatever. So you know what your content's going to be. And you know, like, okay, another one could be like a menu. So you have specifically in mind that you want to cater to people who eat healthy, who live in Indonesia, who are coming in. So it's laid out exactly like this. If you want, this is included in it. You know, it's going to be a link. It's going to be a video. It's going to be a question. But when you're targeting them with influencer outreach, you want to spend time searching hashtags to see who the top influencers are and just go for it. Send them a direct message. That's how I mostly get the clients that I have, is I was convincing. I was like, I really want to work with your brand. This is something that I think is amazing. Would you be interested in doing this with me? Do you want to, I'll give you my services at no cost if you want to like do a chat with me online, so you're sharing networks. So just come up with a 1 month social strategy. Like, okay, week 1, I'm going to hit them with, like, maybe you could give them an ebook on your services or something, and I want to capture 50 email addresses from this. So that's organic. And then the second week, okay, I'm going to run an advertisement, a promo, and I'm going to target all of the people that came to my website last week to get that ebook, and then I'm going to offer them a service. So when you're thinking of like, okay, step one, phase one is give them something for free. You know they're going to visit your website. Phase two, the second week, okay, I'm going to, or maybe a month later, whatever you want to do, I'm going to retarget all those people that came to my website for that ebook, and I'm going to give them something to opt into. So does that sort of make sense with content and how to strategize? I can give you my info too, and yeah. Okay, you guys have any questions? Give me something. Give me a hard one. Give me a hard one. They get me every day. Super. What's your name? Where are you from?
Oh, hi. I'm Kevin, and
Cool.
I'm actually from Indonesia. So I have a question on
Super.
hashtag marketings. Is there such a thing as using too much hashtags, and what's the ideal number of hashtags that you can use on an Instagram post? And how do you write a hashtag? Do you write it like caption of a post, or do you maybe one or two hashtags on a caption and then write a bunch of hashtags like on your comments or something like that?
Yeah, good
Thanks.
question. I use a website called hashtagsforlikes.co, and it gives you categories of like photography or remote working or fitness, and it tells you like the most popular, the most common hashtags for your categories. But then they also throw in like really silly ones like hashtag forgive me please or something else, something similar like that. So when you use these types of tools, make sure you read everything so that you're not just throwing in these random tags to get popularity. I think you should use 15 to 30. What do you feel?
For one post?
We're going to tag team this. This is why we work together.
I say it depends on your follower size. When you're small, it's very important to use all the 30s. As you grow, it's better to get lower and maybe use the first comment if you're connected with Facebook, that you don't spam Facebook with hashtags. But yeah, the thing is, if you use too many popular hashtags, this will not really work for you. If you have a niche site, you have to check how many likes does the most liked views have, or the top views, and then check can you rank in the top 9. This changed a little bit this year. This was the strategy last year. This year, when you want to rank for hashtags or for location, last year you could rank for hashtags. Instagram changed the app a little bit now. But you can use this strategy now for locations. When you go on locations, you can check, for example, how many likes the top 9 have. And when you know you have an average like picture of 100 likes, you will rank in this location on the top 9 for a long time. So from this state, you get more reach later on. Hashtags itself, be very specific. Try to use hashtags that are really small, that you're ranking further up. And the most factor is engagement with your audience. So like commenting with them, writing direct messages, keeping them engaged. Even when I have created this bot tool or getting fame, I'm using also on my phone an Instagram analyzer tool that tells me who are my most engaged followers and tells me who are my most influential followers, and I always try to keep in touch with them. So I always comment on their newest post and try to keep them in my feed, that we are still connected. And this is very important. More than hashtags, actually. So, yeah.
And then to follow up on you, because I need you to help me answer this one too. Yeah. I leave my hashtags in the first comment. What do you prefer for your clients?
This is a gray area at the moment because Instagram has some restrictions on the caption. when you have these 10 dots that many people did, that you're not that when you post it also on Facebook that you don't see the hashtags, then Instagram shadow bans this. There's a when you Google Instagram shadow ban, there's a site where you can check if your hashtags are shadow banned. It doesn't mean that your complete account is shadow banned, but you can always check if your hashtags are really work and if your picture ranks in these hashtags. I did a lot of A/B testings with my clients. I had clients, they had 30 hashtags and they were ranking for all. And I had clients that had the first comment and didn't rank, and I had clients that ranked when the hashtags were in the first comment. So just try and check this out, what's going on there. Because Instagram has every week new updates. We're always updating our algorithm, and they are doing different stuff. So you cannot really always say this is actually what I'm saying today can be next week totally different.
Yeah. For sure. Super. Do we have one last question? Yeah? Okay.
So,
Hi, I'm Davy.
well, actually, we've got two.
Okay, super.
One and the last
Okay.
one.
Perfect.
Yeah, okay. So,
Hi, I'm Davy, and I'm from Bali.
Okay.
And my question is, what do you think of the Explore page on Instagram?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't even look at it. That's why I was like, wait a minute. Because I feel like it's just like putting like it has like the junk media, yeah? Like, do you feel like it's junk? Like, it's just like the trendy stuff, like someone had a baby as a celebrity and something weird, right? Right. Don't you feel that's what it is? That's how I feel about it because I don't use it. Is it based on what? Yeah? It's based on your interests and your hashtags? Yeah?
That's actually what I said.
Yeah.
When you engage, for example, with a lot of influential people, they will and they interact with you, then you have a highly chance to rank on their explore page because it depends on your amount of followers and on your engagement. So when you have a lot of followers and they have a lot of followers, this is Instagram looks like now on your relevancy and with who you are engaging. So if you have, for example, 10,000 followers, I always recommend to engage with other people that have 10,000 followers and not just with the lower people. Actually, sounds a little bit hard, but you know what I mean. For example, I had deleted a lot of Facebook friends that are not on Instagram because I thought they are always on Instagram because they are actually keeping my account back from engagement rate and from ratio, and these ghost followers or these people, yeah, they didn't count. They didn't care actually. They didn't realize it yet that I have deleted them on Instagram. So be aware. It's more better to follow a lot of influential people and instead of a lot of.
I think when you follow, I've noticed when I'm following verified accounts, like the check marks, I'll get like 10 or 15 random other people following me now that was following that verified account. So you have verified account A, it's Reebok or Nike or something, and then underneath it, when you follow it, there's like an arrow. You can click it, and then it's brand similar to that one. So then I just go follow, and then all of a sudden I get like 10 or 15 random organic followers from that verified. I think the last time I used Explore Feed is during the holidays because it shows me like what's trending in America or different countries for Christmas or whatever holidays, so I can think of content that I should be posting similar to that. But I don't find anything suitable for me to use the feed. But if it's of value to you, have you found success in it? Not much.
Not really. That's why I'm asking.
I think it's like it reminds me of like a news media or something. It's like very trendy. Of like I don't know. And I need to start figuring out who to follow. You want to holler? Okay. Come on up here. Come on, plane.
Yeah. It's also very important that you, because you said about the verified accounts, it's important that you're very specific. So, for example, if you're a coach or life coach or whatever, doesn't make sense when you follow Justin Bieber, The Rock, and Rihanna, you know, just because they have a huge amount of followers. So that's why it's important that you are following the people, the most influential people in your niche, so that Instagram realizes you belong to this. And then when you have a certain amount of followers, you will come to the recommendations under them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get ranked next to Justin Bieber. And
yeah. Super. Good question.
Thank you.
Good question.
All right, cool. One last question before we end up this
Okay.
session.
Rosalie, where are you from? What's your name? Where are you from?
We live together. Could you talk a little bit more about the preset on Instagram and how to really use it to make this polished and beautiful professional look on your page? I've never used it and I have no idea how to do it.
Yeah, that's a great question. So a preset, just to like backtrack, is like when you're looking at images, you can see that there's like a color scheme going on. So Cafe Vita had a really good color scheme going on. And you're looking exactly at her layout. You could tell, you could see these pieces would go together. The images were a gray tone, a gray tone, a gray tone, a gray tone. And then she had some red tone, red tone, red tone. So when you look exactly at her brand, the brand tells a story, and you know what it is when you're looking at the page. So what a preset will do for you is you can create it in Photoshop, or you can just go to Google, and what I've done is use actions in Photoshop. So you download a preset. Let's say it goes from pink to orange or something, and then you put it into Photoshop, and you press the action button, press play. So then it puts that overlay over your image and gives you that tinted look like you saw on my art pieces. The artist, the creator of the photos, put a blue to orange preset. So then anytime you're looking in the newsfeed and you see that blue to orange custom preset, you know it goes to the Crate Gallery art exhibit in Canggu. So Instagram right now has like 10 or 12 at the bottom. So when you're uploading an image, you can see the different, it's like called Jakarta, Osla, what else? A few other ones. So if you click on that, that's a preset. So then it puts that tint over the image. But I think it's better to do your own. That's something that I think is a good social strategy. So for your brand, I would consider finding something that you're trying in Photoshop with a product or another image, and then when you look at it, you can still tell what it is. So you can still tell that it's an image or a lifestyle photo or a photo of Bali or something similar. So just like there's a ton of them that are free online. So if you don't have that type of time or you're not very good in Photoshop, just go to Google and click Instagram presets, and then just play with it and see what you can do with it. Super. I'll help you later at the house. And before we wrap up, I brought my my business cards here in the front, and also I'm giving a copy of this presentation. So if you want to put it in the Facebook event page, all of the links that you saw in the videos, you can watch them later if you want.
All right, cool. Can I have another applause, please?
Hey. All right, mic drop.
Thank you very much, Melissa, and also Tristan. Thank you very much. And I would like to thank everyone here. Thank you for coming, and thank you for joining me at Genius Talk. And please be connected with Melissa if you want to be successful in your social media strategy. She got what it takes to help you to get more conversions and then to be more successful with your online platforms. And I want to introduce my colleague, Santi. She's going to be the new events manager here because this is the last time for me to host, Genius Talk, because I'm leaving the company.